Well, now, our second music guests need no introduction, having recently written and featured the legendary Zimbabwean star Oliver Mtukudzi on their songs Afrika, as well as featuring and co-writing on multi-award-winning singer Siphokazi's song Imvelaphi. Afro Pop duo Luthando and Ntobeko Ngcizela, known as the Jaziel Brothers, have made a mark in the industry, producing award-winning hits for some of the biggest names in music. Their debut album, titled The Beginning, sold over 50,000 units to date, while their second release, The Journey, sold in excess of 20,000 units. The multi-award-winning platinum-selling musicians, producers, songwriters are back with their latest album titled Out of the Box, and they are here to tell us more. And by the way, they're 10 years in the industry. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you very much for joining me.
Morning.
Okay, let's first start. Let's get the 10 years out of the way. Reflect quickly for me. Congratulations on that, by the way, especially in a changing environment where music has changed. In that 10 years, you've seen the advent of digital platforms, social media taking over the world. Reflect on me quickly, Luthando.
It has been our great journey in terms of being in the music industry. We started 2006. That's the first album that we did, which was Siphokazi's album as producers then, and we were featuring there, and the song just became great. He won an award, and then from there we did our album, which was called The Beginning, and from there we also won awards. So from there our confidence started to grow in terms of knowing that, okay, we can be able to do songs, we can be able to decide. And after that, there were so many artists that we did with Jup, we worked with the Ken Kumalo, we worked with with Mandoza and everything. So it has been a long journey, and also the times have been changing in different spaces. So in between the times, we also had breaks between our albums. Between that, we're still doing the songs, creating songs for different people and everything. So it has been a great journey, ups and downs, where, you know, any industry has these ups and downs, but we really enjoyed our 10 years in the music industry.
Yes. Go back 10 years for me quickly, where there was a young Luthando and Ntobeko sitting down and planning to go into the music industry. What was the aim back then? Was it just to put out songs? Was it just to get the big artists to notice you? What was the game plan back then, 10 years ago? If you can think back 10 years ago.
Before 2006, we did music in terms of education. We learned music, and then we did internship in terms of sound engineering. The aim then, we wanted to be artists, you know, and then we were signed for about 3 years, and then nothing happened before that. So we had to do something. We did internship, and then after the internship, then we started saying, we can't release our own album, let's just produce. And our aim, we were dropping like names that we want to work with, we want to work with So, and like God made it to happen, because we've worked with different stars, like almost over 10 collaborations that we've did, and they became hits, and that was God's plan, I think. Yeah.
And now 10 years later, you're sitting here reflecting back. You're getting old now, by the way. Let's talk about this album, Out of the Box. I mean, it was released it's being released or will be released in August?
It will be released in August, and now what is out is the single that is going to be in that album, which is called Ndimigindao, which is available on digital platforms worldwide. So the song, I think we're going to sing it today. We're going to hear the song, so that's the song that is out now.
When you've been around and you've written for so many different people and you've been influenced by so many different people, because it's a collaboration. When you're sitting with a Mandoza, or you're sitting with any of the many artists that you've worked with, there's something that you take out of that experience. What is this album reflective of? Where you are emotionally, physically, from a family space, from a religious space, where are you?
In terms of lyrical content, I think we have understood ourselves even better. To say, out of everything that we've been doing, we still think that love it's something that needs to be put out there, because it affects almost every aspect of our lives, from family spaces, from friends, from being brothers, from anything. It consists out of love, because out of love, that's where you find kindness, patience, everything.
Yeah, for you?
Yeah, I can say we speak about we are very spiritual, very uplifting, and as well we are lifting love as Jaziel Brothers. So mostly we talk about love, we talk about relationships, the things that are happening, even in the new single now. which is out, because the album will be out in August. But now we're focusing on the single. The single is called Indawo Enhliziyweni. It's like, give me a space in your heart. I know people have done many wrong things, you know, things are happening outside there, but just give me a space, then I will keep it. That's our message as well.
Okay, we got a question from Pizzo on our social media platform, and he's saying, what's kept you guys together over the last 10 years? Well, it's technically 13 because you had 3 years where you were failing and 10 years of success. So, what is it? What's the glue that keeps you together, Pizzo?
I think there are two things. I think we can say God has been there for us, because we can't take the glory and say we know how we would do it. But the second one, I think, believing in each other. I think when I see him, I see a star. So anything that he says, that okay,
that's amazing.
Then it helps me to be able to listen beyond just thinking, okay, I am thinking the opposite direction. So even when we are doing songs, that's where we find that he listens to me, I listen to him. So most of the time, it's believing in each other. Yeah.
So there's a collaboration there.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got them in studio. It is a treat. It's multi-award winning, platinum selling. This list is incredibly long. Musicians, producers, songwriters, Afro Pop duo Brothers, Jaziel Brothers. They've worked with everybody. Luthando and Ntobeko speaking to us about the upcoming album, which is released in August. You've got to watch out for it. The single is out at the moment. They will be performing it. They are in studio with us. And thank you for the questions. We're taking our break. Don't go anywhere.